Hey guys, Chris from Flow Brackets. Today we're working on a GV80 and I'm going to show you how to professionally install number plates onto this car, especially when it comes with this plastic oversized box, which doesn't look good no matter what plate you go on there. So let's talk about it. So GV80's plastic mounting box, when you register the car, you probably receive it like this. And no matter what plate you put on, you're going to see the plastic box. So we've got two different products that will help you. One is a delete kit. So this being a lot smaller, will place this box entirely. We also have a relocation kit for those that want to mount the number plate down the bottom, and I'll show you how both of them work. First thing, let's take everything off the car. Just take out all the screws that you see, including all the ones holding on the factory box. So now that we've got the factory box off, let's talk about the two different options that we've created for the GV80. One is what we call our delete kit or our miniature Plinth. This is basically a redesigned version of the box. It's going to be a lot smaller. It's going to be smaller than pretty much every number plate on the market. So that way you can mount it onto the car and then using the help of our brackets, you can mount your plate on, creating a nice floating look. The other option is our relocation kit. So a lot of Genesis owners want to show off the grille, for this is a very, very lovely grille on the car. This will relocate what you call the mounting box down the very bottom. So that way you can have your number plate mounted down below to give it a nice clean floating look. So let's talk about this one first, and then we'll finish off with the actual delete kit on the car. So to install the relocation plinth, it's quite simple. The part is designed to mold around the lower section. So all you gotta do is just slide it in, color in the hole, which is in there, and then pre-drill it with something really small, like a 2.5 or 3 mil, followed by the screw provided. Now to find center, what I normally do is I'll put a bit of tape that runs along that cross there, down here and straight down. And there is a little guide on the part, a little triangle that will point where the center would be. So you get it in the middle as best as you can. But don't worry, if it's slightly off, it's okay, because you can adjust the bracket accordingly. Once you've marked out your drilling points, pre-drill it with a tiny drill bit, and then fasten it with the screw provided. Now, the customer isn't going with a relocation plinth, so I'm gonna probably stop here, but I'll show you what it looks like before moving on to the delete kit. So with the relocation mount, there are a couple of limitations. So we don't recommend installing heritage plates because these are steel, they are quite heavy, and they are a little bit taller. So probably not recommended. If you're running standard height plates, these are no good either because it's going to interfere with your radar and sensors. And if you go really low, you probably end up hitting it on the driveway. So that's no good. These relocations is great for slimline plates, New South Wales, South Australia and Victorian. These are quite light, quite slim. There's going to be no issues. Just be mindful. If you're running something in between Euro, these are quite light, so there's no problem, but they are slightly tall. The good thing is you can adjust these lower a little bit. You might need to play with it a little bit just to make sure it clears the sensors. But once you get it right, it'll be no problem. Now this is our miniature plinth. Now this is going to replace the box that was already there. And this is how you install it. First, location. This goes into the very first diamond that sits flush. So go up, it's about there. You'll know it's correct because it fits perfectly around and everything behind it is molded to it. We can't go down because it's too low. This is going to be too high, and you know because it rocks. So go down one. That. Next thing you're going to do, you've got these little arms, so you're going to want to flip this up and through the grille and up. And then what you're going to do is put your finger in, lift up the arm so you can put the bolt through, and it's going to secure it from behind, creating a permanent fixing. And there's no way you can rip this off the car. So it's super safe. Let's take a quick second to appreciate how smart this is, because it's like a articulating arm that can go up, around and behind, and there's a fastener there. So when you put the bolt through, it clamps them in together. Pretty smart. There you go. If it's nice and snug, the bolts are tight, it's all fastened from behind. Very good. Now that we have the plinth on the car, it's time to choose a bracket to suit your number plate style. Now why? Is because We had to make this in 2 parts because I can't make a car specific part that matches the number plate style, being there's so many in Australia. If you separate the two, it's going to be a lot easier. Not only that, you can reuse the bracket for the next car. So how do I choose the bracket? It's easy. Just work out either the style that you have, say Heritage or Euro, or the dimensions on your plate. Look up on a website and find the correct part. So for example, if you're going to run, say Heritage plates, grab a Heritage bracket that bolts onto one of your 2 plinths, followed by your number plate. Now in this case, we have a New South Wales premium plate or slim plate. All I'm going to do is grab the correct bracket, bolt it to either that one or that one, depending which one you have chosen, and then you put the plate on. Now there is a limitation when it comes to the relocation kit. I've just grouped these, gonna say not recommended for relocation for a few reasons. One, it's going to be too tall, so it's going to block the sensor or scrape on the ground too much, like these two. Or if you have a Heritage plate, it's going to be a bit too heavy because these are fastened from the bottom. It's probably not recommended. Euro plates are in between. They're quite light, but they are a little bit tall. So you might need to adjust the height just to make sure you clear the sensor, but not too low where you start hitting it on the bottom of the car. So we'll be installing premium centerline plates on the front of this car. So I've got the correct bracket to suit, which is this one here. All the tools are provided, all the hardware's in there. Now I was going to choose what slot and which hole to mount it to, and then I can bolt on my plate. Last thing is to mount the number plates, and then just screw into the top 2 corners of the holes. Now there are 2 spare ones on the bottom, so if you find that your number plates are a bit bent maybe, you can drill out those holes in the corner to suit. Just put the bracket on top and punch out the holes. So you can bolt it in all 4 corners, creating the most secure fixing that you can. Now we also have some covers, so we're going to neatly put on some number plate protectors. Get a bolt that is suited just for this purpose, which goes through the cover, through the plate, and into the holes. Now for the rear, the GV80s or Genesis in general, they have a standard 210mm hole at the back. So you're running a specialty plate, such as a Heritage or maybe a European plate where the holes don't exist or in the wrong spot, you will need some sort of bracket to suit, which will adapt the holes from the car to the plate. If you are running a normal plate at the back, which already has holes that lines up, you can put a bolt straight to it, but you do risk the plate cutting into the paint. So I always recommend getting a bracket for the rear for a number of reasons. Number one, these comes with accessories, which allows you to step it off the paintwork so you don't scratch the car. And also it has a lot of micro adjustments because every plate is a different height. By having a bracket, you can choose where your plate's going to go. Not only that, it fits on an ecosystem, so you can fasten it down with some security screws and covers if you like. So I'll be installing normal premium plates on the rear. Holes do line up, but I am going to use the bracket and utilize all the features that comes with the kit. Starting with the spacer. I'll put a spacer behind. You push it through the bolt and it stays there and doesn't drop out. I'll bolt it straight into the factory hole and adjust the height. Now I'm ready to fit the plate. Just mount the top 2 corners matching. If they are rattling a bit, you will notice there are spare holes on the bottom, just like the front bracket. You can transfer those holes here and bolt it down on all 4 corners, giving a more secure fixing. I am going to finish it with a set of covers, and I'll put an Allen bolt through. These aren't normal Phillips heads, so it's good security because no one's got to walk around with an Allen key in the correct size. So anti-theft is quite good. Bolt it down and it'll be done. And that's how you get rid of the big, ugly plastic box that's always in the wrong size and get a nice, clean, floating look either on the grille, or you can relocate it down to the bottom using our parts. Now, just remember, you do need 2 parts. You need the plinth to suit the car. In this case, you go choose either the delete kit or the relocation kit. And also, you need a bracket to suit your number plate style to complete the installation. I hope you found this video useful, and thanks for watching.